Most people think that building credit takes years. That's completely false, and in this video I'm going to show you the exact steps that helped me get to a 720 credit score just within 6 months. All inside of this video, so make sure you stick and watch till the end. Now, if you don't know who I am, I teach people exactly how to build credit, leverage their credit, and invest their credit into any cash flowing asset. For me specifically, I use my credit to build a rental car company. And if you're the type of person that wants to get any type of funding, auto loans, or even a mortgage, you first need to understand how to build credit and how to be able to leverage your credit. Credit will basically give you the opportunity to borrow money at a low interest rate. The lower your interest rate, the better borrowing opportunities you will have and not be paying as much interest as somebody with bad credit, or even have the possibility of getting declined if you have bad credit. So good credit is giving you the availability to borrow money at a low cost. Credit will give you the availability to borrow money and pay later. That is why it's so easy to build a business right now and pay the money back whenever you make the income from that specific business, which is why whenever I dropped out of college, I used all of my credit to start and build my credit agency and my rental car company. So let's say you go to Best Buy, for example, and you buy something for $500 with the credit card. The bank is basically going to pay that bill for you to Best Buy or to whatever company you're buying from, and you will pay your bank later on down the line. So the 5 pillars of credit is credit cards, business credit, personal loans, mortgages, and auto loans. Credit cards is revolving credit. Basically, you swipe the credit card and you have the access available to you to go ahead and spend whatever is on that credit card and pay the money back. And now you have that available spending available to you again and again and again. An auto loan, that's pretty explanatory. You go ahead and borrow a certain amount of money, let's say $50,000 for a car, and you pay that loan down, the full complete $50,000 balance, and now that loan is closed. Next will be your mortgages, and the mortgage is obviously where you can finance a house. Next, personal loans. Personal loans and credit cards, you can borrow money up to 0% interest, and basically that's where you make your money in your business whenever you have low interest rates. You can get a credit card for 0 to 12 months, no interest, 0 to 15 months, or even 0 to 18 months, depending on the bank that you roll with. That is exactly why you will need to have good credit so you can borrow money at a lower rate. Later in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build your credit score to 720. The higher your credit score is, the more you will be able to borrow money at a lower interest rate. Your credit score is based on 5 things: payment history, credit utilization, length of credit, credit mix, and amount of increase on your credit profile. And for beginners, this is what matters the most. Number 1, payment history. Obviously, if a bank looks at your credit history and they see that you're not paying credit cards on time, then obviously that's going to hinder your results in getting approved or even getting declined at all, and lower interest rates. The lower amount you have spent on your credit cards, the better, and the more you pay back your credit cards on time, that is the determining factor of how much you're going to be approved for in a credit card and how good your credit score is going to be. Number 2, credit utilization. How much of this credit card are you using specifically? So if you have a $10,000 credit card, you don't want to have this credit card maxed out at $10,000. Your credit score could be a lot higher if you were to pay that credit card down below 10%. So make sure you pay off your credit card debt and you will see your credit score go up even higher. So if you're looking to build your credit, the best way would be a credit builder credit card or even a secured credit card. In my opinion, Discover, Capital One, and your local credit union will have the best secured credit card options. Now, usually with secured credit cards, the bank is supposed to refund you your money at the end of the 6-month term. Like Discover and maybe your local credit union will refund your money. Capital One won't refund you your money, but at bare minimum, at least spend $200 to $300 on that secured credit card and not expect your money to be returned. But like I said, Discover and your local credit union will refund your money at the end of your 6-month term. Now, what is a secured credit card? A secured credit card is basically you giving the bank leverage. So let's say you take $200, $300 and you give it to Discover. Discover will then in return give you a $200 credit card or $300 credit card, depending on how much leverage you personally give the bank. So now you have that available spending power of $200 to $300 that you gave the bank. You can spend it on gas and everyday needs like groceries, gas, maybe living expenses. and the bank will basically track how much you're using that credit card and make sure you pay those credit cards on time. And then at the end of a 6-month term, they'll basically refund your initial leverage amount, that $200 to $300 that you initially gave the bank. They'll refund that to you, and now you have that in cash. And now they will turn your personal secured card to an unsecured card. So now, once they refund you your money, they'll unlock your card and maybe give you $1,000 to $3,000, depending on how you treated that card, how much money you spent on that card, and they'll give you an unsecured limit, basically making it a normal credit card. Next up would be being added as an authorized user / trade line. Trade lines and authorized users are very good for beginner credit profiles, simply because you can be added onto somebody else's credit history. Make sure that person has great credit history with that specific credit card. So for example, if I'm trying to build my credit score and I'm going to apply for a vehicle or even a credit card loan, I'm going to want to be added onto somebody else's credit card. Maybe it's a family member, a friend, or somebody that you trust that actually can pay their bills on time and be added onto their credit card. Now, if they have late payments and everything attached that is negative to that credit card, you actually will also have those bad credits that they paid on their credit card. So make sure they are responsible whenever it comes to paying their debts. Next up on the list will be being added as an authorized user. An authorized user is basically you being added onto somebody else's credit profile, such as a credit card. So being added as an authorized user is perfect because you can be added onto somebody else's credit card, which has, let's say, $10,000 of available spending power and 10 years of history. But make sure this person is actually on top of their payments and on top of just everything in general when it comes to their credit, because if not, anything that's attached to this person's credit profile on that specific authorized user or trade line will actually reflect on your personal credit. So if you take advice and be added onto somebody's credit that doesn't pay their bills, that will bleed onto your credit as well. And also make sure the utilization is very, very low, under 10%, if you're being added as an authorized user. And you can also buy trade lines at Trade Line Supply or Trade Line Genie. Those are my two go-tos whenever it comes to buying trade lines, if I can't trust a family member or somebody that actually is dependable when it comes to their credit. So you can just go ahead and buy that stuff if you need to, but keep in mind, trade lines that you purchase only last 30 to 45 days, sometimes even less. And these companies will also give you an option to extend for a little cheaper price. So if you need to go purchase a vehicle, if you need to go apply for a credit card or even a mortgage, then it might be best to go ahead and add 2 to 3 trade lines on your credit if you have a thin credit profile right before you go apply for these things. That way the banks can see that you have, at least somebody that is able to trust you to be added on their credit card. So this is what you are not supposed to do with your credit, and a lot of mistakes that I see having a credit agency on what mistakes beginners make on their credit profile. Mistake number 1, we've kind of already went over this, is maxing credit cards out. Whenever you max out a credit card, you're basically letting the bank know that you're in dire need of money. You never want to let a bank know that you're in need of money by maxing out your credit cards. Number 2 will be missing payments. Obviously, if you miss a payment, no bank will want to give you any type of money if you're the type of risk that is going to not pay their credit cards back. Number 3, applying for credit too fast. You basically want to spread out your credit card applications or any type of credit application, whether it's a house, an auto loan, or a credit card, or any type of business funding. You want to space it out between 60 to 90 days every single application, because if not, it's going to look like you're in dire need of funds. And that is a big red flag to banks whenever somebody is constantly applying for new credit. And if you're constantly applying for new credit, each application or each credit pool is considered an inquiry on your credit profile, which is definitely going to keep dropping your score anywhere from 5 to 10 points, depending on how thick your credit profile is. The thicker your credit profile is, the less these negative accounts are going to affect you. So make sure you build your credit profile as strong as possible so that when something does happen, or if anything does happen to your credit profile, it won't affect you as much because your credit profile is built very, very strong. And I know you guys may be watching this video to invest into whatever business model you're going to invest into, but at the end of the day, sometimes we're going to make mistakes. I've made mistakes on my credit profile. My investors have made mistakes on their credit profile, but that's why we have credit repair. So credit repair will basically give you the opportunity to restart and rebuild your credit in case you make any mistakes. So for example, I bought something one time that was an investment. I financed it and the financing ended up finessing me in the contract. So I told them I wasn't going to pay it anymore and they put a collection on my credit. So I went to my credit team that actually does my credit repair for me, and I told them like, hey, I need to get this collection removed off of my credit, and I went ahead and did that. Now luckily I own the credit agency, so I was easily able to remove this off of my credit report. So now that was removed off of my credit report. Bad investment, it happens. So got that removed, and now we're on to the next investment. So make sure before you decide to buy any investment in cash, go ahead and use your credit so that you can limit the risk that you're making on each and every investment. Now, once your credit is in the 700 credit score range, everything will change in your life. You'll be able to open up many doors for investments and business opportunities, real estate opportunities, business investment opportunities, credit card, business credit, and even starting a full operating business like I did with my rental car company, all because you have great credit. Now, if you want to learn more about how to build your credit, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I will be breaking down the exact processes of how to build business, how to invest, and how to use your credit the right way as far as business credit to go ahead and invest and build your next business venture. And also I have many vlogs on this channel where I go through and show you guys exactly how I operate my rental car business, how I purchase vehicles, and how I build businesses in general. And if you need any credit help, make sure you schedule down below, hop on a calendar and get on a credit consultation with my team. Whether if you need funding, business credit, personal credit, any type of credit related needs, go ahead and click the link down below. Everything is going to be in the description. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next YouTube video.